as is typical with this administration, and as we see it, we've seen it for years with Epstein, because it's the same thing. They're covering up. ICE and the Department of Justice is covering up the killing, the wanton killing of Mr. Lorenzo Araujo, if I'm hopefully pronouncing his name correctly, in Houston, Texas. They're refusing to let local authorities investigate. They've taken the people in the van who were riding with him, I think his three sons, into custody, won't let them appear in public, or at least the workers who were going to work with them. This is typical Trump and typical this administration. They're going around screwing people, they're hiding it, and they're trying to act as if they know what they're doing and that they're proper. They're no different than the old mob boss who would put people in cement shoes and throw them in the river and cover the whole thing up. They're doing it and trying to do it with Epstein, and they're doing it with ICE. And don't for a minute think it's otherwise. This is not the way a democracy works. Meanwhile, Marco Rubio, if his nose got any browner, he'd be coming out of Trump's throat. Has called 60 countries to have a meeting on left-wing terrorists, otherwise known in his view as Antifa, which had already been shown to be complete bullshit because Antifa stands for anti-fascist. So if you're not Antifa, I guess you're uh, 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 ProFa, pro-fascist, well, which this government certainly seems to be. But Rubio calls 60 countries for a meeting on far left extremism. And so far, all the people contacted said, we don't see it's a problem. It doesn't exist in this country. Go pound salt. Meanwhile, Trump refused to fly back on his new uh, Air Force One that was gifted by Qatar because it didn't have the safety measures that the old Air Force One had. So he's had to go back to that because the man is so afraid of being killed that he won't even fly his new plane back. He comes up with some bullshit story that he wanted to send it to military bases so people could look at it. You know, how dumb does he think we are? I guess it's pretty dumb. Um, Meanwhile, the story that I find incredibly amusing is Trump's first call when Keir Starmer became Prime Minister of Great Britain to the new Prime Minister. He wanted to talk about the windmills, and the windmills were killing so many birds that the foxes in England were getting so fat that people didn't realize that they were foxes, so that they ought to shut down and take down all the windmills. Imagine that that's the first conversation that the President of the United States is having with the Prime Minister of Great Britain. No wonder we're becoming the laughing stock